Hey everybody, this is Miss Ramsey here to give you your daily math lesson. Today is April 27th on a Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. But we are actually going to start reviewing some things in math this week and for the remainder of the year so that we don't forget about anything that we have learned already. So hopefully what we're getting ready to do today, you already know how to do because we've already went over it, but this is just review so that you don't forget how to do it. Okay? So here we go with our I can statement. So our I can statement for the day is I can solve a word problem using addition or subtraction. Okay, so let's read it again. I can solve a word problem using addition or subtraction. Okay, so we're going to focus on these words, addition and subtraction. Okay. So remember that when we would add something, that would mean that we're joining things together, we're combining them, we're putting them together. And if you would subtract, that would normally mean that you're taking away or that you're comparing two things. So that means like if I would compare how much I rode my bike versus how much somebody else rode their bike and I wanted to know the difference, then that would be subtraction. So addition, remember the answer to an addition problem is called a sum, and the answer to a subtraction problem is called a difference. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to review with you how to add and how to subtract. Okay, so hopefully we know how to do that already because we've been adding and subtracting for a long time. But I'm just going to review it with you just to make sure. Okay, so let's say that I had two amounts that I wanted to add. Let's say I wanted to add 3,457 plus 4,839. Alright, so we know that we always start in the ones place, so the ones place would be 7 plus 9. So if I count 7 plus 9, that would give me 16. So I put my 6 and I regroup my 1. And I always circle that 1 just so that I don't forget to add it. So 1 plus 5 is 6 and 6 plus 3 is 9. Now I go to my hundreds. 4 plus 8 is 12. I put my 2, I regroup my 1, and I want to circle it so I don't forget it. 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. So that means that my answer is 8,296. Okay? Alright, so now let's review subtraction. Subtraction, the biggest problem that we always have is that sometimes we have trouble regrouping, and so my suggestion to you would just be to regroup one thing at a time, because sometimes if we try to regroup too many things at a time we get confused. So let's say my subtraction problem is 7,014 minus 3,978. So we always want to start in our ones place. 4 minus 8. If you ask yourself, do I have 4? Can I take 8 away from it? The answer is no, so I have to regroup. I go to the tens place. I have a 1, so I can cross that out and make it a 0, and now this 4 becomes 14. And if I do 14 minus 8, the answer is 6. Now I can move on to my tens place. I ask myself, can I do 0 minus 7? The answer is no. So I go to my hundreds place. My hundreds place also has a 0, so there's nothing that I can regroup from in the hundreds place. So I have to go all the way to my thousands place. I have a 7 in my thousands place, so I'm going to regroup it. I take 1,000 away, that becomes 6. and I can convert that into 10 hundreds. So now I ask myself again, I've already subtracted my 1, so now I do my tens. I have 0 minus 7. But you can't take 7 away from 0, so now I have to go back to my hundreds, and now that there's a 10, I can take it away, and that becomes a 9, and this one becomes a 10. So now 10 minus 7, I can do that, that's 3. I go to my hundreds, 9 minus 9, I can do that, that's 0. And then I go to my thousands, 6 minus 3, I can do that, that is 3. So my answer is 3,036. Okay? All right, so hopefully that reminded you a little bit about adding and subtracting. Make sure you go into Seesaw and complete your assignments for the day. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.